My people, welcome to the moment of truth. It has happened, oh. It was the boys that was fighting before. Now, the big boys are now fighting each other. Olukoya has called out the big pastors, including, what's it called? Adeboye, the father of all destruction. So the mountain of destruction now is pointing fingers, calling them all sort of names in regard to the elections, prediction failures. It's APC. So his party has won. So he's now attacking others that supported Peter Obi. Stay tuned and hear the lengthy argument. You will hear it. My announcer will read it out to you. Thank you. Stay tuned.
Mountain of Fire and Miracles Ministries, MFM, Daniel Olukoya, has unreservedly chided his colleagues who gave inaccurate prophecies of the results of the 2023 general elections. Mr. Olukoya, speaking to his congregants on Sunday morning during a service held at the church headquarters in Lagos, tongue-lashed his peers who participated in several political forecasting, which was a major feature of attention-seeking religious circles in the build-up to the elections. Mr. Olukoya noted that several of the predictions that were made in the guise of prophesying were wrong, and that those who earlier attributed the fake prophecies to God were not mentally stable. Wow. God said, yet you did not hear anything from God. It is madness. You see what happened in Nigeria during this last election that disgraced Christianity very well. These prophets will say this will win, this will not win. All were wrong. They called themselves prophets. Prophets of where? It is madness when you begin to say what God does not ask you to say, he said. In taking this stance, Mr. Olukoya aligns himself with the likes of Abel Damina, the charismatic preacher of Oyo's bustling city, who stand as a formidable figure within the fraternity of fiery Pentecostal preachers. The pulpit is the house of God. It is the pillar and the ground of truth, Mr. Olukoya said, echoing a statement made earlier in the year by Mr. Damina. Their shared conviction lies in their unwavering refusal to exploit the political frustration that festers within the citizenry or harness the pervasive anxiety of the unknown to bolster their own influence. Mr. Damina, a resolute advocate of the church's separation from the machinations of the state, remains a steadfast proponent of abstinence from politics. According to him, the trickery, manipulation, and permutations that come with politics could compromise the sincerity and moral compass of the clergy. In the midst of a highly charged election conducted within a society deeply divided along religious lines and fiercely contested by political heavyweights who sparingly refrained from exploiting religious sentiments as a campaign strategy, prophesying gained unprecedented prominence, marking a disquieting trend within the ranks of the Christian community. It started with respected leaders such as Enoch Adeboye of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, who in November, despite the INEC releasing the schedule of the elections, told his congregation that he had not heard from God whether or not there will be elections. The former lecturer did not say anything further than that, but the statement was clearly vague and devoid of specific guidance or direction. It injected an unwelcome dose of ambiguity into an already volatile political atmosphere and rather served to heighten anxiety and exacerbate the palpable tension that grappled the political climate. The deliberate vagueness of Mr. Adeboye's claim exemplifies how religious political forecasters in their best form merely straddle along the middle ground of uncertainty, positioning themselves in a way that their statements could potentially be only interpreted as right regardless of the actual outcome. This calculated ambiguity allows them to navigate the treacherous waters of political predictions with a degree of insulation from the capricious nature of electoral outcomes. By English, they cry. Being keenly aware that offering definitive prophetic statements can carry significant consequences for their credibility within and outside their congregation, they can only claim divine inspiration if events align with their insinuations and bolster their stature as spiritual guides. On the other hand, the claims are vague enough that they are able to preserve their reputation and influence within the situation when the situation turns out otherwise. Some other preachers who have much less to lose than Mr. Adeboye went all out and made all kinds of statements. In 2021, Paul Okiki-Jesu, a minister of the Christ Apostolic Church, he said that God had ministered to him that there will be no elections in 2023. J.O. Afolabi, a popular pastor with a large Facebook following, also told his congregants that there would be no elections. Popular prophet el-buba predicted that the candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, would win the elections, in the presidential election, while others only said it was the church's time to take over and were later directly or indirectly linked to working for the Labour Party.
They are political pastors, so including Olukoya himself. You remember Feyi Daniels is still in custody. He's the one that said they will arrest Tinubu on the day of his inauguration. I see you, my people, in my next video. Bye for now.